Woodhouse, and welcome to the Woodhouse Report on WNN, the Wildcat News Network. This week, we honored our senior wrestlers before the Southwest 10 Tri-Meet on Wednesday night. Those honored were Bradley Douglas, Hayden Hartford, Brooke Evans, Madison Harrison, Carly Osborne, team manager Abby Tone, and exchange students Eloise Burchard and Sophia Catoni-Stroell. Carly Osborne, one of our seniors, is 3 wins away from securing her 100th varsity wrestling win, which is a massive achievement for any wrestler. She's expected to obtain win number 100 this Saturday, February 1st, at the Wildcats Conference Meet in Cassopolis. Carly finished last week 3-0 at the Altman Invitational, securing herself a first place. On Wednesday of this week, the Cats battled the Cassopolis Rangers in the final meet of their regular season. However, the Cats fell just short of a win, setting them back at 3-4 in the conference. Now, let's check in on girls basketball with Sydney Crabtree.
Thanks, Brock. If it's Friday, January 31st, it's game day. The Wildcats host the always tough Centerville Bulldogs in the varsity gym with JV tipping off at 6 p.m. The varsity had a tough time against the Dogs in early December and hoped to avenge that loss. Centerville leads the conference with a 7-0 season record and a 7-3 record overall. The Cats are 3-5 in the conference and 4-6 overall. During the past week, the Wildcats won 1 out of 3 contests, failing to Decatur last Friday and White Pigeon on Tuesday, but scored a decisive 58-24 victory against Comstock on Tuesday. Senior Ladora Sargis led in scoring with 17 points, and fellow senior Sophia Afrizio added 12. And a big shout out to the girls JV team for snagging their first win of the season, beating Comstock on Tuesday, 32-6. Leading the Cats to victory was freshman Lucy Hughes with 17 points. Elin also tossed in 6. This is Sydney Crabtree reporting for WNN, the Wildcat News Network.
Thank you, Sydney. Now with a report on boys varsity and JV basketball is Emma.
Thanks, Brock. The boys varsity and JV played a lot of basketball in the past week, taking on 5 tough opponents in the 7 days. The varsity scored a decisive 62-29 win against Decatur on Friday, followed by 57-51 victory on Comstock on Monday. Tuesday's battle with the White Pigeon Chiefs was one heck of a fast physical game. Despite Parker Adams scoring 30 points for the Cats and Jamarion Robinson tossing in 12, Marcellus fell to the Chiefs 72-60. The Cats traveled to Centerville last night to meet the league-leading Bulldogs. Despite the valiant effort, Marcellus came up to the short end, 64-33. The Cats' record is now 6-7 overall. The junior varsity fared better against the Chiefs Tuesday. By having dropped games to Decatur and Comstock, the younger Cats dominated in the third quarter against White Pigeon and defended their lead throughout the fourth to secure the win, 44-42. The JV took it on the chin to Centerville, falling to the Bulldogs 76-55. At this point of the season, sophomore Martell Enright has contributed 157 points, and Gage Rumsey has tossed in 102. Varsity point leaders are Parker Adams with 187, Jamarion with 146, Bo Ferguson with 134, and Abram Coffey with 122. That's this week's boys schedule wrap-up. Elin will have next week's schedule in just a few. I'm Emma, back to you, Brock.
Before we wrap up, here's a look ahead at next week's schedule with Elin Essex.
I'm Elin with a look ahead to the week of February 3rd. Monday is a busy day in Marcellus. The Gobles Tigers come to town Monday to face all 4 basketball teams. The girls varsity tips off at 5:30 p.m. in the varsity gym, followed by the boys at 7. The JV meet the Tigers in the auxiliary gym, with the boys tipping off at 5:30, followed by the JV girls. Also on Monday, the middle school wrestlers travel to Bangor for a Southwest 10 meet that begins at 5:30. On Wednesday, February 5th, the middle school girls basketball teams host the Bangor Vikings. And on Thursday, they host the White Pigeon Chiefs. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. It's another big week for high school wrestlers as the boys varsity sees district action in Lawton Saturday, February 8th at 9:30 a.m., while the girls wrestling team has districts in Dowagiac on Sunday, February 9th. I'm Elin reporting for the WNN, the Wildcat News Network. Back to you, Brock.
Thanks, E. That's all we have time for in this week's edition of the Woodhouse Report. I'm Brock Woodhouse for WNN, the Wildcat News Network. Go Cats!